السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستعين به ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. يقول الحق سبحانه عز وجل: ولقد وصينا الذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبلكم وإياكم أن اتقوا الله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. All praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, seeking His help and assistance. And we seek refuge from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil within ourselves and from our bad deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, there is no one who is guide. And whomsoever Allah allows to be astray and can't guide them, we're here. My brothers and sisters, I advise myself first and all of you with the advice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All who you believe, fear Allah, or be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as He deserves, and die not accepting the sake of Islam. Ahbab al-Kiram, to go directly to the point because I'm late, I will begin with covering a story. It happened based on some sources. It happened in the year of 93 of Hijrah. ذكرها Imam Ibn Kathir and so other historians. They narrated that Muslims expanded the Islamic, country, the Islamic da'wah upon that time. There was a command, or there was a leader. His name is Khutbah ibn Muslim. Many people, they know this story, but I will let you know, inshallah, later on why I'm talking about this specifically. Khutbah ibn Muslim, he was the leader who conquered basically the Uzbekistan, Afghanistan. It used to be called Bilad ma wara an-nahr, the land beyond the river. So Khutbah ibn Muslim, And when he reached out to a city in Uzbekistan, it's called Samarkand. Many people, they know this land, this city. Basically considered as the second biggest or largest city in Uzbekistan at this time. So when he reached out to that land, the people of that land, they were like defended themselves. They violated even the war. So he had no option other than trick them or to open or to conquer that land without giving them the chance. He used his own, strategies. So he conquered that city. Later on, the Muslim army or the Muslim people, when they took over that piece of land, the residents of that city, they realized and then they figured out that there is a certain rule. There is a principle that Muslims used to use when they conquered when they expanded the da'wah. So they figured out that there was three options: either to give them the chance, warn them to be a Muslim, or second, to pay the jizya, which is so they have to, pay the tax to defend themselves, or number three, to let the Muslims peacefully to go to that land. In general, what happened when they woke up and they figured out that the Muslims took over that piece of land, they sent a delegate or a messenger to Damascus. Upon that time, it was the Umayyad Khilafah. The leader or the Amir or the Khalifa upon that time he's very known, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. They sent someone of them, they gave them the message: this is what your representative, this is what your leader has done. He violated the law or the Islamic rule, and he attacked us in a sitting way, and he did not give us the chance. So this messenger or this delegate, he traveled all the way to Damascus. When he reached out to Damascus, he began asking about where is the Khalifa, where is the Muslims, where is the king. And in one of the road in Damascus, some people, they said, go at the end of this road, you will figure out the house of the Khalifa. He said, no, I'm asking you about the palace of the Khalifa. He said, just go, by the end of the road you will figure out and you will see him. And when he reached out to that road, he found a man with a woman. He was basically renovating a damage in his house. His house was made of mud, and the wife or the woman gave him the mud, and he was fixing the mud in his house, rebuilding it because it was damaged. Then he was shocked. Is this the Khalifa? And he has no option other than talk to him. And he said, look, I came all the way from Samarkand to you specifically. Are you the Khalifa? He said, yes. And he said to him, and he was wondering, he was shocked. He said, I believe that nothing is going to happen. Just only I had to fulfill the commitment that I had with my people. And later on, he had the chance to talk to him, and he said, this is what your leader, so-and-so, he has done, and he violated the Islamic law or the Islamic rule, and he attacked Samarkand without give us the option. So the Khalifa asked his wife, he cleaned his hand, then he turned that piece of the risala or the message, then he wrote, if you receive this message, nasib qadiyan, appoint a judge and let him decide between you. Appoint. Then the guy, he looked to this message and he looked to the house, he looked to the guy, and he said, I had no option other than going back. At least my people, they will not blame me. So he came back again to Samarkand. When he reached out, he gave the message to Qutaybah ibn Muslim al-Bahili in a blank of eyes directly. He declared the whole army supposed to come out of Samarkand by the command of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. This is what he has done. Upon that time, So later on, the decision was in the side of the people of Samarkand. All the Muslims came out, and then they came with the judge, and the judge, decided they supposed to give them the options or the rule that the Muslims follow when they conquered the land upon that time. So this is the story that I decided to begin with, and I will tell you why I'm using it, inshallah azza wa jal, after the second khutbah. قلت ما سمعتم أستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على عباده الذين اصطفى، وأشهد لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. All praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, his devoted companion, those who call him until the end of time. Why I'm using this story? It's to make a comparison. For almost a year, our brothers and sisters in Gaza, they are experiencing and encountering a exceptional oppression by the Zionists. And every time we hear the Western society, basically, I'm talking about the officials specifically, they try to claim that the regime of Zionists, they are democratic, they are peaceful, they follow the rules, they are justice. And look what happened last week, by chance. Believe me, sometimes most recently, if you attach with the news, your emotion will be changed. But sometimes we had to. So recently, last week, I watched what happened in the camp of Al-Mawasi. And the camping that the Zionists, they strike it, and they killed elders, children, women, men. And here is the point. Officials, including here in the United States, they used to claim and they used to call Israel as the democratic state. And look what happened. When they try to, and when they justified what happened out there, they claim they are following the rules. Subhanallah, subhanallah. And look to the justification of the state, of the Zionists. They claim that they killed almost, it's not only one camp, it has been for almost. They killed thousands of people, sometimes it's 10,000s of people, just to justify that they actually figured out there was one of this group or that group, or one of the fighters, or one of the Mujahid or something like that, or Hamas or something in that specific land. I told you this story just to make a comparison. Is that the justice that they claim that the officials following? Ahbab al-Kiram, it is basically, I want to represent, this is the way our deen, our religion told us. قال الله سبحانه عز وجل بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم في القرآن الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى إن الله خبير بما تعملون. Allah subhanahu عز وجل said, one of the ayah, oh who you believe, is stand firmly with Allah subhanahu azza wa jal, bearing witness to the truth and all equity, and never let hatred to anyone lead you into the sin of deviating from justice. Stick with justice, or stand with justice, even though against those that you stand, or you stand yourself as an enemy for you. Ahbab al-Kiram, we should realize that there is a what they call devastated, or it's a big oppression happened for our brothers and sisters, and we should recall our history, and everyone has to know that. All when we communicate with the society, they supposed to know the reality that we are following the message that it demanded us to be fair, even when it comes to the war. Subhanallah al-Azim. Ahbab al-Kiram, this is one of the incidents that happened back in the days, but it recalls us and it tells us that Islam is the only message. And by the way, even those, just a few days ago, I had the chance to talk, and I have the courage even to talk about this matter as well, which is when we see something wrong, we would say wrong. So one of the brothers, I said, when I give a khatira in one of the masajid, then he said to me, he said, look, I know you're sure you try to talk about there is genocides happen and there is massacres happen, but remember, even the people they committed mistake when on October 7. I said, okay, let me follow your claim, and let me see that that's true. Okay, well, regarding we don't know the scenario, and we don't know what happened on that day, and we don't know the details. And here is the point. Look, we have seen those hostages, we have seen those prisoners when they came out from the prisoner in the last agreement, and we have seen those prisoners when they came out, they were hugging, taking hand of those brothers and sisters, and as they are leaving wedding. And look to the report, and look what happened for the people who are in the prisoners of Israel and Zionists. Look the amount of torturement. Look what they have done. Look how many people they torture them to death. Look and the reason. And I give you one thing, and then we have to figure out. Do you know what happened last time when those hostages came out? The regime, the state, the Zionists in Palestine, in Israel, they blocked them. They gave they said none of them supposed to interview any TV channels or reporter. They supposed, why? Because they don't want the reality to come out to the people. So Ahbab al-Kiram, I'm trying to make a comparison basically because what I have seen for the last few weeks of the massacres and genocide that happened for our brothers and sisters in Gaza. There is another evidence from our history what happened when the Muslims, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in authentic hadith, Sahih Abi Dawud wa ghayri, that he told his people when he sent them one time to go to somewhere, and he said, لا تقتلوا شيخا, do not kill an elder, ولا امرأة, do not kill any woman, ولا طفلا, and do not kill any child or baby, ولا تقطعوا شجرة, even if you see a fruit that give the people fruit, a tree that has fruit, do not approach it, ولا تقطعوا شجرة, and if you see ولا تهدموا صومعة, and do not destroy or collapse any صومعة where the people of non-Muslim they are worshipping themselves. This is the reality of Islam. This is what we are following. So Ahbab al-Kiram, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to relieve the stress for our brothers and sisters in Gaza. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and يرفع عنهم هذا البلاء. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for them. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala أن يغفر لنا ولكم وأن يبارك لنا ولكم. اللهم فارج الهم كاشف الغم مجيب دعوة المضطرين فرج هم إخواننا في غزة. اللهم فرج همهم واستر عيبهم ونفس كربهم وآمن روعهم وأبدلهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا. اللهم يا ربنا يا حي يا قيوم ارفع عنهم البلاء. اللهم عاف مبتلاهم وفك أسراهم وأشبع جائعهم واكس عاريهم واحفظهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ومن فوقهم ومن تحتهم. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم يا من لا يخلف وعده ولا يهزم جنده سبحانك وبحمدك. ندرأ بك في نحور الظالمين ونعوذ بك من شرور المعتدين. اللهم عليك بمن بغى وطغى وظلم وسفك الدماء. اللهم عليك بهم فإنهم لا يعجزونك، فأنت ولينا وحسبنا ومولانا ونصيرنا، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. غفر الله لي ولكم وتقبل الله منا ومنكم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر. الله يعلم ما تصنعون.